Good morning. This is Jolene with the Jewel Design, and we're here with a flip through. Instead of my usual digital reveals, I'm revealing, of course, the newest journal that I finally finished. And it feels like, yeah, I finally finished. I swear I started this with you guys back in what? August, September, this is August. What are we at? No, we're coming to the end of September. So yeah, back in July, August, whenever I made this first foliage digital kit, we started playing with it immediately, and it's been months later. At least it feels like that. It feels like months later since I've shown this off. But this is my first autumn journal kit, or first autumn journal of the season. There might be one more journal that I put together this year. I'm using the Fanciful Fall, but I really enjoyed the unexpectedness that came out of the autumn foliage and floral journal kit that I created. That's up on my Etsy shop. All links for that I mentioned today are down below in the description. When you click the little upside down triangle arrow in the description of the video, there is a Linktree link that clicks you over to a variety of sites for me that you can decide what you need, whether it's the shop, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Instagram, Buy Me a Coffee, Crafters of a Jewel Design, which is my Facebook group. All of that's there so that you can refer to what's going on and see what's up. So, and it's officially, so you can sort of tell with all the decor and goo and the book and, you know, the orangeness, we are officially the first day of fall. I thought it was super fitting that I got to film this on the first day of fall since it is a fall journal. Yay! Depending where you are, though, it doesn't feel like fall. Some of us are getting a little bit of it. Like myself, though, we are nowhere near fall. We are literally, we might be a low of 86 today, but yesterday was 96. Tomorrow is supposed to be 90. Like, this is not the week for fall, which is a real bummer, but that's okay. So I want to do a flip through of what officially ended up in this book, what I ended up doing, any little bits and pieces, but just to entice and tease you guys with what this journal looks like, because sometimes photos do not do it justice and vice versa. But the photos will hopefully show you all the main points in the book. Since we're only allowed about 10 photos, of course, on Instagram, I will make the most of that. So when I list it, this is where it needs to be. Now, of course, the moment this video comes up, this listing will be also live right beside it. So the later in the day it goes, and when I normally release a video, you know, the likelihood of this journal may not be there, but hopefully you'll see it in your Etsy updates and get a quick glance at what it looked like outside of this video. But then again, it may be sitting there waiting for you. I never know. Don't put a lot of this stuff out, so it doesn't always sell right away. And sometimes it's off the shelf in a day. I never know. So this is a Jewel Designs, you know, one of my, you know, little handmade items as we go along. We did the botanical quite a few months ago. I still have the Heroes and Retro journal, Traveler's Notebook journal up for sale. And who knows, I might get another autumn book, another autumn journal up. I have the mixed media, or the mixed grab bag kits up right now. So there's all kinds of things going on, let alone the 100+ digital elements that are up for sale in my Etsy shop. So let's add one more piece to that shop. We're going to start off with the front cover today. It is a fabric cover, and it's covering one of those yummy Amazon packaging thingies. Gail just did a couple weeks ago a quick little mini tutorial on how to cover one of those Amazon packages. So I took the basic pieces of it and made mine. I thought it'd be really fun for this kit. I have a little antique ring on it, a little handmade charm, and just some bits and pieces from the kit, or from the journal, I should say, that I used within it, just for a tiny little tassel to the side of it for a little extra oomph. And you can always, it's simply tied, so you can pull it apart and use it inside, or keep it together as you see fit, but it's a nice little extra bonus. I love that this one ended up lending itself to a lot of lace. There are accents of fabric in this journal, plenty of room to write, but when my first botanical one led to a lot of fabric on the inside, this one's leading to a lot of lace because the pages are light and delicate and really lent to different types of laces, in my opinion. And so I ran with it. I had it, so I ran with it. I'm like, why not? So I covered the front just enough so it has a great little pockety handkerchief feel. But we keep bringing in the lovely colors of green and orange. The gold is a huge accent throughout this whole thing. Even little bits of glitter on occasion. Okay, so I'm going to double check real quick to make sure I'm still in focus, because I don't want you to miss out on any bit and pieces of this. Not too high, not too low, and away we go. I was going to zoom in a little farther, but then it made it a little harder. Things kept going in and out when I did my test run, and I don't want anything to be fuzzy. All right, so I did use the orange crackled fabric that we were looking at as an option a couple weeks ago as a, which cover should we use, which fabric we should use. And this was an element and an option. So I used it on the inside. It's just a nice accent to the outside. We used the orange crackled. Now, this journal leads to 22 very simple pages to journal on. Then you can add the elements, the cards, the journal pages, and even elements of this one where we have very little color and accents on these lovely pages. With a good pen, even these pages can be written on. So you have 22 plus pages to write on. And with that in mind, I think this would make a great, what I'm grateful for journal. Say from starting from November 1st, or Halloween, November 1st, through to Thanksgiving. You could easily, it looks like a pencil mark. So sorry about that. Oh my god, unless it's in the, I was like, is that in the scan? Which it totally could be. This is a scan of one of my favorite fabrics, and I turned it into a digital, which I use quite often in my stuff. And so it's actually a fabric. It's actually a piece of fabric scanned, and you have it as your journal pages. But as I was saying, I think this would make a great daily, what I'm grateful for, thankful for, blessings that you want to ask for, traditions, things that went on in November, in your month of November. I think it's sort of like, instead of doing a December daily, it's sort of a grateful November. And I think it would lend to a great journal for that. Really get in depth. Now, our first major page has 6 of these lovely antique notebook pages that I put on different papers. I think it's on like a sort of a linen-y marbled paper. And so it has a great feel to it. And so you have the notebook, and then on the back you can have your own secret little maybe wish or prayer or whatever on it. I'm going to use the die cuts here to make it the header to the page. Then I made one of my first of 2, I think, not bookmarks, paper clips. This has some fabric, has some lace. It has one of the tags, not tags, flags, I guess, tags, flags, banners, whatever you want to call it, from the Fanciful Fall kit. When most of this is pages from the Foliage and Floral, because this is really just a paper kit, it's not a full journal kit, we then pull itty bitty pieces from the Fanciful Fall, and we pull a lot of journaling bits and pieces from my background pages, my collage background pages, and from the newer Falling into Autumn journal kit. So it definitely covers all of my autumn kits out there. I went ahead and used a couple of the decorative autumn playing cards. That's just little decorative items in here. You can sort of write on the back of them, but there's labels on the front and whatnot to put a single word on there. There is this wonderful clothing tag that I decorated up, so again, you can write on the back of that. And there's still room up here, and I don't think I even counted that as a page to write on, so got a lot going on. We have our vellum that we were playing with our lace ordeals. Again, there's room here if you wanted. A couple of these journal pages, we did go ahead and decorate them up just a little bit. I went ahead and made those ruffled fabric pieces that glued down. So we've got tulle, we've got fabric, we have lace, we got bits and pieces from the front cover, and of course gold accents. So those were fun, just to throw a couple of those on. Again, the die cut that we glued down to the avocado paper, because we figured this was too light to do anything else with. So why not decorate it? This was sort of fun. This is an actual wire. This is a fall wired ribbon, a wide one that you would make big old like bows and stuff for wreaths. And found it at Costco one day, and like I have that. I'm gonna have a roll of that for the rest of my life. But I had a fun little cluster I put on the front, and gives you a nice belly band to put something in there. A card, thinking of you card, or something that someone may give you, or something you come across that is fall based, and you can tuck it right in. Now remember, this is my 5x7 page that was sort of within this kit, to add some green to it, and we just glued it down on the sides, on the front and back, to make it a large pocket. And I went ahead and put in a large clipboard paper paper flip this time around. Instead of a fabric flip, it's a paper flip. But it does have some lovely fabric and the wire, the lace on it. But you can write on the yellow. You can write on my distressed cream paper there. Has a little bit of green. When I could, I really loved pulling the green, yellows, and pinks from the Falling into Autumn kit. It lent when I wanted to pull the green, I could pull from that kit and add to this one, and it was so much fun. It was a great, complimentary piece to it. So the back is, you can write on the back. If you really wanted to with a nice good black pen, you could write pretty large, a quick thing that you wanted to remember, or a tradition, or even something huge for a thankful. It could just be a big word. Could be a happy planner sticker that you love so much about, falling into fall, or I love fall most of all. However you want to decorate it. Tuck it back in nice and clean, but it does have that clipboard tab. Make it really easy to take in and out. Again, more plain space. A lot of plain space to work off of. Lots. I went ahead, this one, because of the flowers, lent to a half circular, quarter circular piece of lace. So, and I was going to just glue it down completely, and went, no, wait a minute. And I made it sort of a pocket, just a little pocket, a light pocket, nothing major. And I'd taken another, I love collecting tags from clothing. Lately, clothing tags are getting more and more fun. So I went ahead and just decorated a sort of a clear looking tag, put a bunch of ink on it, put this great gold bronzy glittery leaf on it, and you could hang it, you could attach it, or you can keep it tucked in here. Totally up to you. But I thought it was a cute little hide-a-hole there. Mother journaling. Then we get to the, we get to that tissue pocket that we made, which I'll put the link of this whole design work in the thing above right now, where you can see how this die cut blended into this and how we sort of, worked on the pocket itself and all its trials and tribulations. But it turned out really good in the end. It really did work out in the favor. And so I ended up putting some really large journal cards. Really simple, so you could decorate and write as much as you want on it. Do as you see fit, but they're just lightly decorated with an ornate framework. Okay, now this came from one of my journal kits. I have a journaling card ornate digital kit that you can get those from. There's all kinds of things in it. So I took a tag I found, decorated it up with my words, my labels, well, my numbers, my labels. Some actually came from one of my digital kits, little scrap pieces here and there. This was tissue that we used, that I used throughout the kit. I have no voice today, sorry guys. Now this is where, again, I pulled the green and the yellow from the Falling into Autumn kit. It accented the, scrapbook papers and the colors. Another digital playing card kit, which is also up for sale right now. I have 6 of these guys that I decorated up and had fun with. So scan them in so you could cut them out and use them as you saw fit as an embellishment in your kit. There's 2 pages of those you can go find. So this is definitely ended up being a collaboration of all the little itty bitty pieces from all my fall stuff. I mean, that's my fall butterflies. This comes from that my basic background, first basic background set, which lent to the autumn gathering kit from last year, which are all up for sale. So there's so much in here that can be used. And then because of the way this panned out, we ended up with 2 side-by-side journal pages, and I couldn't leave them plain. I mean, not bad, but it's like we already have some that are empty that you can write on, decorate, stamp on, whatever you want to make it yours. But I felt some of these pages need a little extra oomph to get through this. So I did some stamp work myself. I did some stamp and some distressed stencils on this page to give it a little more oomph for when you wrote in it, you had a little inspiration. We get to our signature piece in the middle. Yay, isn't that gorgeous? There's a video for that too, but sorry, I needed something in my down my throat there. But we decorate this with more ribbon, bits and pieces. These are literally the some of the pumpkin die cuts that were on the photo, and I went ahead and enhanced it by putting them on top also. And I had so much fun making that little corner. So cute. So on the other side, we have more stenciling, more stamping. The stamp actually came from Planny Thing, which is one of my happy planners. The stencil for the pumpkins, on the other hand, that was the ice stencils, and those Oh, I wish I remember who she was. There's a great lady that Gail promoted who had those in her shop. So I had gotten those and some of the other larger ones, but that one was a thank you for a larger order. And it was perfect timing last year, so of course I had to pull it out this year. Okay, so the other side of the pocket I went a little lighter. I didn't put anything major and heavy on it, but I did take a cute contract, bridge card pad, and decorated it up, but still left you plenty of writing room. This is a little fussy cut from Fanciful Fall. Again, I have scraps and ribbon, and that tissue paper went everywhere. It went on the cards, it went on this. Anywhere I wanted to I just sort of either glued it down or Mod Podged it down, and I was like, we're gonna have fun with that. More writing space. Like I said, there's 22 of these, and that doesn't include any of the soft light pages that you could write on. So there's a lot in here. You could get, definitely think November 1st through, I don't even know because my phone's up above, but I don't know the first day of Thanksgiving. I don't know when Thanksgiving is this year. It's always like the 24th or the 25th. Or not 24th or 27th. It always seems to be one or the other. So I know we're end of November, definitely coming in. So plenty of room to do daily gratefuls or thankful moments in November. Sort of make yourself a November journal. This would be great for. So on the other side, where we got the other half of the pocket, I put a pocket inside the pocket. I went ahead and took a little bit of teal and the bunnies, and I found this cute little envelope. I thought it was gorgeous colors and a card, and made it this little flip out where you could write on it. And has a little itty bitty journal card in it. I thought it was super sweet and super cute, and so I had to make something of it. So it's stuck into the pocket. You have another journal card, lightly decorated, again with a good black pen. You could write right over it. Now, if for some reason you decide that you find something better that you want to put in this pocket, you could just glue this sucker down right here, make it another pocket behind, and you could have one more piece if you didn't need another writing page. Now, if you need your writing pages, then of course don't do that. Keep it tuck the pocket in the pocket. I'm just making sure, sorry. And away we go. Even this one, where I put the belly band on the other side, you have this one on this side, and there is room still to write in if you really wanted to. We have one of the die cuts from the kit that's, again, glued onto this one, just like the other side is glued down there. We have this one glued here. And then I found, envelopes. I just was using envelopes up the wazoo today. I mean, and I normally do. I normally take junk mail envelopes and make the pocketed window envelopes. This time I just found cute envelopes and covered it. And this one I used a pretty brick page stamped on the inside, so you had something there. And then you have 2 tags to let you decorate as you see fit. Add a little personal touch to it if you're going to make it a gift. Or you could even, if you wanted to pick the side you really like, back the other side and make it another journaling space. So we got our second paper clip. This is using scraps and pages, a little bit of a fabric-y fill. That is that embroidered, not embroidered. I still can't remember the wording for this. I used it a couple different spaces, and it's edging, or that's probably a perfect word for it. And of course, I doubt it's on the thingy that I got it from, and of course I can't find that right now to save my life, but I don't know. I found it in the thrift shop when I went shopping with my mom when we made that huge haul. And I found it in my stash when I was decorating this, and I was like, oh, it's golden, it's pretty, we have to use it. So we have one of my autumn words, we have another clipboard tab thing here, which became a fun element in this kit. Again, this is from the Falling into Autumn, which lent, again, to these great colors that go with this. This just works so well together. And so I just love that you could grab the tab and open it up. You have stuff in here, and you still have, almost, you can, little note here you could hide. Or totally, write all the way around it, and that would be really pretty to have the writing behind this. Be a really cool look. So again, you could write on these if you wanted to, leave them plain, or plenty of room to write on. Because the backgrounds are so light, it definitely lends to space. So then there's a second of the gathered ribbon look. But it's all fabric. It's lace, it's fabric, it's tulle. All the pieces that came from the book that we used to help sort of decorate. Just a few of these things need to be decorated. So you still can write on them, but can't have blank page after blank page after blank page. Oh, can't have that. That's a great pattern piece. And then you have a fabric flip in the back to hide your most precious, maybe, blessing. or thing you're most grateful for. If you don't want to share it, don't want to share it with anybody, you can just write it here and then cover it up, and only you know it's there. Great fabric flip. It definitely pulled the cover, the cover colors from it, and I had a lot of fun because these are foam and felt and whatever these are, these sort of nylon, leaves. I definitely pulled from my stash from everything just to get this going. And then we have our last page, our almost second to last page, where we have our die cut as a tuck. We use a gorgeous fall piece from the Falling into Autumn. And of course the word grateful is right there on it. Nice little tab. Could be a bookmark. It could be just, I don't know, I just tucked it in. I thought it was very pretty. But you can put it just about anywhere you want, of course, and use it as you see fit. You may pull it out, decide to use it somewhere else, and you have your final page. So maybe you put a picture of your Thanksgiving dinner on it. Maybe you put a picture of your family on there. Something to commemorate the month of November and what you celebrate and what you do. And then the last page, of course, is decorative to end it into our backside, right? Nice and simple. Great fabric. Love the sound of it. Oh, and it's really flexible. Like it gives. So I definitely wouldn't try to stand this upright. It's not something you would stand up on its end, but it's definitely a nice soft book. You could take it with you everywhere. It's not super decorated in a way where you feel like you may damage it if you put it in something. I'd still be careful. I can't guarantee that, something sticking to it, that these might not pop up. I'm going to try to get them maybe glued down to a little bit more. Yeah, one or two do not. So I'll do a little more gluing there for you guys, but just to make sure you guys don't catch those. So if you did put it in your journal, like in your journal bag, or you put it in a carry-on bag, it wouldn't get ruined. But it's pretty soft enough where you could take it with you and travel as you go. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. There is my fall autumn journal featuring the Foliage and Floral journal digital kit, and of course bits and pieces of the Fanciful Fall and Falling into Autumn. It definitely has a little bit of everything. It has my background papers. It has journal cards. It has everything. I really did pull from my journal kits and my supplies to get this going, because this journal kit and this paper kit doesn't have any ephemera. So I had to make ephemera. I had to find ephemera. I had to create ephemera to put it in there. But that's okay. It keeps it simple. It keeps it useful. Keeps it so pretty, and room for you guys to add as you see fit, as you need to. I love how I did the tool on that side. So there we go. That is it. It is up for sale. The moment you see this video, it came up at the same moment. It is up for grabs. And, we want to make sure that you have an opportunity to grab it and use it. If you missed out on it, I'm so sorry. Thank you so much. And we'll see if I can get the Fanciful Fall Journal together. And still give you guys time to use it or give it away. But I don't know. It takes me so long to make these with homeschool and everything else. I don't know if I'll get another one. I'll probably get it done. You may even get to see me work on it a little bit, but whether it'll go up for sale this year, I don't know in time for anybody to really use it, unless they just want to store it and collect it for next year. I mean, I made Christmas journals last year that, I'm now using this year. It was made, ready to go. So I don't have to make a December daily this year. But I still have a Christmas journal for you guys to make. So that may come first before another fall journal. Since I ran out of time, I think I'm going to make the Christmas at Your Door ringed journal instead for you guys to be able to purchase if the need comes up and you want a December daily that you don't want to put together or make. Why not have it ready to go, right? I don't know how I feel right now. I'm totally stoked I don't have to make a December daily right now. But, yeah, I don't know if that's going to stick. There's a lot of layers to these things, and there we go. All right, so we're gonna work on that. But I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you love it. Take a look, of course, at the Etsy listings. You can see all the photos, get anything more up close and up to date. I appreciate you watching and joining along. Like I said, my links are all down below, so you can get to my Etsy. You can get to my Crafters of a Jewel Design. If you've already got your fall stuff underway, thank you so much. So glad, so grateful that you've bought the journal kits along the way. And I'd love to see what you've made, what you're making, what you're working on, what you're giving away, what you're selling. That may include my kits over on Crafters of a Jewel Design. Click on it and ask to join if you aren't already. I'll be more than happy to invite you in to the private group that shares off all of our wonderful creations, because we're here to support one another. And we can share what we're doing, share what we're making and creating, whether, you know, hopefully it has a little bit of my work in it. But if not, and you just want to share what you're doing and you're excited about fall, we'll take you in. Well, you're a crafter, you're one of us, and we would love to see what you're working on. But there are freebies. There are wonderful things that come in and out of that group. You get heads ups on what's going on. If I release something a day before the video, I normally will put it up there so you guys get first glance of it. And you don't have to wait for a YouTube video to know what's going on, or an Etsy update. You never know when those do what they're supposed to do. So definitely go check out all my links and all my social media so you can stay in tuned and aware, especially if you're new to me and you just found a jewel design by accident in my videos. Because of the fall ordeal. I appreciate you watching and joining along. I hope you will like and subscribe and all the buttons below and get your notifications so you know when I come up. I'm only once or twice a week, so I'm not a constant thing, so I will not bombard your feed. But I am here when I can and share what I have with all of you, and hopefully all of you will share with me. So that's it. I'm done. I love you all. Happy fall. Welcome to the new season, and I hope you enjoy this video, and I will see you guys 1st of October. Talk to you soon. Have a great day.